Careful with that pickup reel.
Yeah, I see the jam.
Need a hand pulling it?
Got it. Here.
Good. Let's check the tines.
Opened the lid, looked inside, and closed it. She crawled under the baler on her back, ignoring the cold mud soaking through her jeans, and shone a pen light up at the underside of the pickup. She stayed there almost 4 minutes. When she came out, she walked back toward the office trailer and registered as a bidder. The woman at the desk asked twice whether she had a parent present. Wren slid her grandfather's old buyer's number across the counter, a number the exchange had on file going back to 1986, and the woman ran it without comment and handed her a paddle. Number 412. The man behind her in line, a heavy-set rancher named Del Brunner, who ran a feedlot east of Merriman, said loud enough for the room, "Hope you're not bidding on the cattle, sweetheart. Those calves'll outweigh you 3-to-1. 2 men by the window laughed. Wren said, "Thank you, sir," and walked past them to a seat in the 3rd row. What she had learned from Emmett wasn't a trick or a secret. It was 1,000 small Saturdays in his shop, 1,000 evenings under tractors with a trouble light, 1,000 questions asked and answered while they fixed what other people threw away. He'd been a mechanic in the Army before he was a rancher, and he could rebuild almost anything that ran on diesel or hay. The summer she turned 13, he'd torn down an 853 baler exactly like the one in the back lot, and she had handed him every wrench. She knew what a failed gearbox sounded like and what its drain plug looked like. She knew that bearings rarely went without warning the metal first. What the men by the coffee urn had heard was the pickup reel locked solid. What they had assumed was bearings. What Wren had felt under the machine, wrapped tight as rope around the pickup shaft on both sides, was several pounds of dried alfalfa stems and old baling twine, packed in so densely it had calcified. Someone, probably years ago, had run the baler through a windrow contaminated with twine from a previous cutting. The twine had wrapped, the operator had forced it, and somewhere in there the shear bolt had sheared exactly the way it was designed to. Then, the baler had been parked. The reel hadn't been locked. It had been jammed. The gearbox was dry, clean, and intact. She'd seen it because she'd looked. Most men her grandfather's age would have looked too. But most men her grandfather's age weren't bidding on equipment in Cherry County in 2023. The buyers in this room were younger, faster, and more inclined to trust the catalog. The auction started at 9 sharp. The auctioneer was a man named Hollis Rieger, 61, gravel-voiced. The same man who had called sales for Emmett's herd dispersal 18 months earlier. He didn't recognize her. The first 26 lots, smaller items the yard hands had carted into the ring, moved fast. Bale feeders went for 90 to 150, a used bush hog mower for 800, a set of sucker rod panels for 220. The crowd was warm and half distracted, drinking coffee, checking phones. Lot 27 came up at 940. For the larger equipment, Hollis stepped down from the auction stand, and the crowd followed him out the wide rear doors into the back lot, gathering loose in a half-circle around whatever was selling. The 853 sat where Wren had left it, mud streaked along one side from where she'd been under it. All right now, the New Holland 853 baler, year of 78, sold as is. Glenn says she don't pick up no more. Mechanical issue undisclosed. Sells for parts or scrap. No warranty expressed nor implied. What'll you give? Who'll start me at 500? 500 for the baler. Silence.